What's up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room. Listen, we're back with a great video. This is your midweek sit rep. Thank you for coming along with us on this journey. We're going to cover the buzz report, alerts posted earlier this week on the social media. We got a new question from the front line, and I'm going to give you stocks that I'm watching. But I really want to just hit up and thank you guys for bearing with me while I'm going through the transition of moving. My studio is kind of a mess, but you guys know exactly what's up. We're making these moves. We're still putting out content, and you guys are the reason why we try so hard. So thank you for coming along with us in this journey, and let's get it.
What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. Listen, this is your midweek market sit rep, and we're here to talk about what happened Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday through the stock market. Now, real quick, if you haven't subscribed, I need you to hit that subscribe button, like, and share this with your friends because we're giving out that great information to cultivate a shared and learned environment through experience, trials and tribulations, and all of that stuff, man. Genuine and transparency, that's what we have here. So please come with us on this journey and join the team. We got a great video for you, so I hope you stick with us. And as always, if you're ready, follow me and let's go to war together, team.
Traders War Room wants to remind the viewer that all content on this channel is for education and entertainment purposes only. You are responsible for every move you make within the stock market. Tread cautiously and tread carefully, but have fun and go to war.
All right, team. Hey, welcome back. Real quick, big shout out to all the team members who are already with us on this journey. You guys know exactly what's up, and you're getting all the alerts real time and before everyone else. And you guys are making a killing this week if you're following to the game plan, because we are putting some spectacular plays out there and they have been killing it. So big shout out. Now listen, if you're not part of it, hit that description tab, man. It'll pull up the social media links and get yourself spun up, man. You don't want to miss out. And they're not going to be free alerts for too long because, man, we are growing and we got to start offering a premium service to our loyal members. So if you want to be grandfathered in on that, man, spin it up now, because here in a little bit, it's not going to be free. You know, nothing good is ever free for that long. So take advantage of it while it lasts. Now, enough chit chat, enough promoting this thing. This group promotes itself, man. TWR is killing it. We're going to get into what I like to call the buzz report, and we're going to talk about what's hot and what's not in the stock market this past Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So let's get it.
All right, so let's start out with the U.S. market, all right? Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500 all end up green. NASDAQ leading the way. I want you to check out that 10-year bond yield, though, man. The percentage is going down, which means the idea of inflation is starting to get a little less wary on the market. So we're definitely watching that and definitely got our attention. But right now, not a bad day in the market. Here's some of your movers and shakers. Most active, ANC leads the way. If you guys paid any attention to the stock market today, you guys know AMC was moving along and people were getting all excited. Ford, another one, man. Big news in the EV sector, and the news is actually rivaling that big news of Tesla too. So definitely got our minds and our attention. Top gainers, UVXY. Man, they had a good gain today. VIXY, another one, man. Some of these just crushed it today. Top losers, we didn't have one that really tanked, but definitely anything that goes above, you know, that 15%, man, we're definitely kind of looking at that for the next day for a bounce back play. So LRMR has my attention for tomorrow. See if there's a potential for a bounce back play, but these are your movers and shakers. This is your sector performance for today. As you see, leading the pack, energy, consumer discretionary, and communication services. Infotech, community staples, and healthcare were the lower end. And that whiteout space, that's utilities. I don't know why it's whiteout, but that's utilities. It ended up flat for the day. Since we're covering a midweek sit rep, I want to give you guys the 5-day. This is how the sectors have been performing in 5 days. We got Infotech up as the 5-day, communication services and real estate. Your losers, materials and energy, not surprised because materials and energy have been doing so well for the past couple of days and last week. Healthcare kind of in the middle. It's been crushing it recently, so I'm not surprised that they're in the middle. But definitely, we're always looking out for the 5-day is a good indicator of what's been trending and what's kind of cooling down. Here's your futures. Red, man. Remember, futures aren't set in stone. This just gives you a glimpse and an idea to plan and strategize for the next day in the marketplace. But definitely looking like it could possibly be a bearish trend in the market. So keep your eye open, and we need to adapt accordingly to what the market gives us when the bell rings. All right, your headliner news, of course, there you go. Retail traders keep meme stock short squeeze for third straight day. GameStop and AMC on everyone's mind. But remember, there's some stragglers there along the way that kind of ride the coattails. We're talking about Express. We're talking about Cost. We're talking about BlackBerry, Nokia. Some of these other ones, you might be able to make a pretty penny on some pops that are riding the coattails of AMC and GMC. And then our next top story, I'm 49, my wife's 34, we got 4 kids, 2 million saved. I make $300K a year, but I worry about the future. Definitely, if you're not invested in some sort of future forward thinking plan for your money and retirement, you need to get spun up. Check the description. I got a link there on how to prepare for retirement. You know, young people, we're not thinking about that too much, but definitely once we start to get into that older age, that 50, that 60 years old, where it's on our mind. And especially if you got a family, you need to provide and take care of your family in the long run. So get spun up on this, get in now while you're young so that you guys are prepared, and the less work you got to do when you're older, you can just chill and relax and just do what you've wanted to do your entire life. Not top news, but definitely noteworthy. We got NVIDIA sales hit record high, man. Even though the chip shortage, NVIDIA's a beast, all right? They got a whole bunch of things going on. You need to check this stock out. This is one of those stocks you want to get in and hold this for the long term. They got a lot going on in the future. Next one, Snowflake. Stock drops after losses double. This was a huge IPO, extremely popular. I see this still being a juggernaut in the future, and it might actually, since it's dropping, present an opportune time to get in for a long position. Another one, McDonald's is giving away iPhones to new hires. And this is not just McDonald's. This is this particular industry right now. They are having trouble getting workers to come back to work after the COVID things. They got clientele coming in by the groves because, you know, restrictions are being lifted and they don't have enough workers to meet the demand. So definitely keep spun up on this, because this is an index that has been doing fairly well during the pandemic, but definitely has potential to go either north or south depending on what happens. And Exxon, okay, activist wins Exxon board seat and major shareholder pushback on oil giants climate strategy. You're starting to see a trend with these big energy giants that are trying to make transitions to cleaner energy, okay, lower that carbon footprint. So we're definitely keeping our eyes on this, okay? So we need to be watching this energy sector, because going into the summer months, it'll present opportunities to make a pretty nice penny, and we need to get on the stocks that are going to make that transition successfully, because not everyone's going to be a winner. So definitely get spun up on this. And that's your Market Watch from Market Watch, and I hope you guys enjoyed and got something out of it.
All right, hey, that's what's hot and what's not in the stock market. Hope you guys got something out of that. Right now, we're going to get into some of the alerts that are on the social media platforms that if you guys aren't tuned up into it, you guys are missing out. So let's check some of the alerts that killed it and put out a lot of bang for your buck this week. So let's get at it.
And this is a typical alert I put on yesterday at the end of power hour, right before the bell. I saw this, it was popping, I liked it, so I sent this out on the Discord. And this was a $2.50 strike. It was a call option. Our entry was $2.18. It was going to be a swing play. And I even put a budget play if $2.18 per contract was a little too rich for your blood. Each of these did fairly well today. I ended up getting out of my contract at $2.40 today when it hit its high, but definitely never a good idea to get profit. And even if you guys are still in it, if you got in it, you guys are still in profit because it closed higher than our entry price, so we're still good to go. But these are just typical alerts that we do on a daily basis with my team of moderators and administrators on all the social media platforms. This was an alert I did in Reddit, and like I said, I put this on all the forums. I'm just showing you all the different forums, man. So whichever's your flavor, just get spun up on them because they all go to the platforms. But this is on Reddit. This was a call debit spread that we said we were going to do on Ulta. And if you weren't paying attention, I'm about to show you the chart, but Ulta killed it, and this definitely made a lot of money. Now the debit spreads, it's not as sexy as like a traditional call or put because your potential is not infinite. However, it's consistent, and definitely look at that. Max loss is $20 on this, but the max profit, if it holds its price, is $230 per contract. $20 cost for a $230 profit is not a bad day and bad profit in my book. And this was the chart that's associated with it, ticker ULTA. And we broke this down on Sunday, and this was the chart I used, and I showed you the bottom level support there and the top level resistance, and I told you this was the midway point. If it broke that point, it was going to go continue up, and look, did exactly what it was supposed to do. It broke that midway point and then it surged up. So this was a great call, and those of you that hopped on the train, man, you guys made some bank. So congrats to you guys. Drop them champagne bottles, throw up some beer glasses. You guys were the winner if you hopped in. That's why these alerts are important, and that's why you need to get on the social media platforms, y'all. And like I said, I don't want to just highlight the ones that I do. Man, I got one of my boys, Chris, and he's a moderator, and he hops into Traders War Room on Facebook, and he tells exactly what he's doing. He bought $418 puts for one June 21 and SPY, speculating a sell-off. Man, we don't hide things here. We're transparent. We're letting you guys know what we're doing, and if you guys think about it and it makes sense and you do your own DD and you want to hop in, you can ride the train to Profitsville with us. But you know what? It's all up to you, and you guys have to make the decision. But we're giving you guys the insight to get that thought-provoking content spinning around your brain so you guys can be informed and make good decisions, man. That's how we go. This is how we go to war at Traders War Room every day.
All right, team, as you see, man, we're making moves like a boss in the low, and we're doing great things, man. People are making a killing out there. Now, one of my favorite segments that we're going to get into is I like to take questions from the social media. So we got a question from the Discord today, and this is a segment I like to call questions from the front line. So let's see what question we got from the frontline warriors, and that's you guys.
All right, our question comes from Memphis on the Discord. Chuck Fu, when reading charts for an option play, what should you look for? I'm still learning charts, but using the 4-hour, 15-minute, 45-minute, what are your thoughts along with news? All right, Memphis, first and foremost, man, what a great question. Now listen, this is going to be a brief cover, and it's not going to cover everything, so you definitely need to do your own research and some DD. But check the description link, because there is going to be a link there so you guys can dive in on a little bit more on options and what to look for. Also, check out my video on Saturday. I'm going to do a technical breakdown for our training portion on specifically searching for options. But let's get into it. What do I look for? First and foremost, everyone has their own style, so you need to find out what your style is. I'm kind of a moderate aggressive type of guy, so I'm not uber conservative, but I'm not uber risky as well. So I'm looking for things that are going to be as sure as you can get in the options game, and that comes in with volume. The option has to have volume, okay? People have to be interested in it. It has to be moving and shaking. And for me, something that has volume of more than 2 million, that's what draws my attention, man. The higher the volume, the better. It also makes it so you can enter and exit your option even faster, and you got more chance of having it filled at certain prices. The next thing, it has to have a catalyst, okay? You got to have some sort of spark that's going to make this option move in the direction you want it to go. You know, if you put in a put option out there, you want a negative spot, bad earnings, you know, some sort of failed FDA thing, something of that nature. But if you want a positive option, you need some sort of spark, like they created a drug that will prevent cancer, or they just broke through some sort of crazy thing that can help blind people see colors and things of this nature. All right, so That's stuff that you want to get into is that catalyst, all right? And confirmation, okay? Confirmation we get from indicators, all right? I like to use RSI. I like to get into my options when it's at the bottom of the RSI. You know, 30 is usually a good bottom RSI. I also like to cross-reference that with the MACD, okay? I like it when my line is starting to curl up and then get in at that cross where it crosses the signal. That's stuff I'm looking for with confirmation. Money flow is a big one as well, and price action, you know. So all these things, just to put it very quickly and simply, all these things come into giving you an idea. And then once you're confident on your idea, then you need to start searching for your price. But good question. Check the video on Saturday. I'm going to do a breakdown. I promise you guys it's going to be there, and we're going to dive deep into this. But great question. And listen, if you guys got a question, please put that stuff out there on one of the social media platforms. Check the description. All the links are there. Get spun up. Ask me a question. I'll break it down. And if it's too hardcore and in depth, I'll definitely do a video on it. So Memphis, shout out to you, player. Great job. Thank you for the question.
All right, guys. Hey, great question. Of course, I can't answer the question fully in this type of format, but check out Saturdays because I do a video on Saturdays and we dive into training. And that's where the video where I really break down certain aspects of the game plan and strategy and things of that nature. And I'm going to talk just about the question of the day today on the Saturday's video. So I'm going to break it down, Barney size it, man, make it real easy, and we'll do one so that you guys can follow along and see my game plan. Remember, every strategy is different. You may not see it the way that I do, but at least you'll have the tools for your toolbox to make educated and informed decisions, and that's the goal. All right, now, real quick right now, what am I looking at towards the rest of the week? Well, let's look at a couple of the stocks that got my attention moving at the rest of this week and on to next week. So let's take a look at a couple charts and see what we got.
All right, guys. First up, AMC. I'd be lying if I told you that AMC does not have my attention. I got in at about $9. Definitely enjoying this ride right now. It's a double up at this point for me, but I think this got more, and I'm going to stay true, and I'm going to stay with it because if this is this short squeeze that you see through the news and everything like that, I want to be in. So I'm going to hold my position, definitely paying attention. But for those of you that don't have a position in this, I would not suggest getting into this just yet. We need confirmation that the squeeze is happening. I'm thinking that this will pull back and it'll kind of fluctuate up and down before that. So definitely keep your eye out for a pullback. And if you see something within that $15 range, $16 range, start getting your position filled out if this is something that you want to ride on with. But definitely got my attention moving in this week and further on. All right, this one has done very well, man. If you've never been into these stores, they are packed. And especially with mask mandates coming away and people going to start taking their mask off, ladies want to start doing their face up and getting all pretty and everything like that. Ulta Beauty is one of those booming companies right now. And look at the chart. The chart's been doing spectacular. If you check the video out on Sunday we did a debit call spread on this one, and it's paid off this entire week, man. This thing has been killing it. So definitely look into this one for getting a long position. And it's a little expensive, but you know what? You got to have some of the big boys in order to make sure that you got a diverse and a full portfolio of winners. Man, I'm really a fan of Roblox, man. My 10-year-old son loves this stuff, man. And his allowance he spends on Robux, and this is just one of those platforms. There's a lot they can do with it, and it's so creative. It's like Minecraft on steroids, man. If you haven't checked this out, you need to get spun up on it. I think this it has a little bit more room to go. I think it holds this area. I'm also looking for a pullback later this week, possibly into next week, for another re-entry before another breakout further up. So definitely put Roblox on your radar. This is a long hold. I got shares in this, and these are shares I plan on holding for a while. I'd like to transfer them to my son, so consider Roblox. Definitely looking at calls and puts, and if I figure one out, I'll alert it on the social media platforms. Next one, a budget-friendly one. Look, these guys had huge news. As you can see, that big spike that happened yesterday, and this thing just rode up. And this is doing exactly what I thought I was going to do. It rode up and peaked on the news that they were going to go into collaborations with a big-time pharmaceutical company, and then people start taking profits and start fizzing out. I think this continues down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this closer to $2 or in the mid $2 by the end of this week, if not into next week. So I'm thinking put on this one, guys. This is definitely one of those that you want to wait for this to bottom out and come to a level before you get a position if you're not already in. And finally, big lots, man. This is kind of hidden on the radar, man. They had a spike up today and some consolidation a little bit, but big lots, I think they do well on earnings. Big lots, I haven't been in a big lots for a long time, but I went there recently and they got just budget friendly everything. It's a place of just kind of just budget friendly items, and Big Lots is very popular. They have a loyal fan base, and I think they do well through this pandemic, and I think their earnings are going to surprise people on Friday. So I see this guy in a little bit more room to go. I don't know about a long position on Big Lots or not as far as a future company, but definitely I'm thinking a call is not a bad idea to finish off the week, but it would be a quick swing play, if anything, if not a day trade. So definitely consider that when you're looking into getting into this stock and other stocks like this.
All right, team, that's it. It's a wrap. Man, the video's over. Hey, listen, again, thank you guys for bearing with me while I go through this transition of moving. I know my studio's not much. You see all the paint and stuff on the walls, and just it looks like, you know, someone's moving. Well, I am. I can't wait to give you guys great content when I get to my new studio at my new place. But until that time, we're making do with what we got. But I just want to give you guys the normal saying before we leave. You know what? Here at TWR, we look at the stock market. It's like a war zone, man. The stocks in those sectors, those are our battles, and we're doing it together, and we are killing it, man. And how are we killing it? Because we're reconning the battle zone, man. We're surveying our lanes. We're making sure that we get the best bang for our buck. And we do that through due diligence. We do that through research. We do that through a shared learning environment, which we're cultivating here between you and I, all right? My moderator team, my admin team, man, we are all on fire. And it's because you guys give us that thought-provoking content and an engaging back and forth that make us want to give you guys the best content. The ultimate goal, as always, is to be better prepared today than we were yesterday, and we are succeeding, man. Everyone is moving, everybody eats, and we all want to go that way, to the top, man. And whatever the top is, that's for you to decide. But we are here, and we want you along on the journey together. Now, if that sounds good, then I need you to come with us. And as always, if you're ready, follow me, and let's go to war together, team.